Ladies and gentlemen, we have photo ops from Kamala Harris. She's getting called out by millions and millions of Americans. And here's one of them right here. Donald Trump actually goes viral on X for talking about it. Speaking about, what's happening with Hurricane Helene. I hope I'm saying that right. If you guys are affected by that, I want to send my prayers to those who are affected by the hurricane that's literally displacing people. There's literally videos roaming the internet that some towns are like legitimately underwater and disappearing. So I want to and maybe the media is trying to downplay it because of the fact that Kamala is, Kamala and Biden are not being attentive to those Americans that are affected by this. But that gives us a chance to go through this video that I just found from Jesse Waters exposing where Kamala and Joe Biden are and how Americans are literally pissed off. A lot of things are going wrong for Kamala last minute. We are about to go into October, and I'm noticing that there is a trend. Donald Trump literally did something genius. The Trump campaign started to post ads during football games. And those ads we got to talk about as well. But there's ads that are affecting people and showing people and telling people during the time that they're chilling, they're at home, they're watching the game, and all of a sudden they see an ad and it's effective. Trust me, we got to talk about that as well. So let's go. Let's talk about the homes, the people, and Kamala, specifically Kamala Harris and Biden, but more Kamala. They're missing in action. Let's take a listen.
Homes underwater and over 120 dead after Hurricane Helene ravaged North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. So where's Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? The only leader to show up was Donald Trump.
As you know, our country is in the final weeks of a hard-fought national election. But in a time like this, when a crisis hits, when our fellow citizens cry out in need, none of that matters. We're not talking about politics now. We have to all get together and get this solved. We need a lot of help. They have to have a lot of help down here. We look out for one another. We pull together. We pitch in. We persevere, and we pull it through. And that's why today I've come to Valdosta with large semi-trucks, many of them, filled with relief aid, and a tanker truck filled up with gasoline, which they can't get now. And we'll be working to distribute it throughout the day. I just spoke to Elon. I'm getting him. We want to get Starlink hooked up because they have no communication whatsoever. And
wow, look at this. This guy, does it feel like Trump is it feels like he's been the president, right? He gets blamed for everything. And then every time there's a disaster, he's the first one to show up for Americans. Once again, millions of Americans are noticing, wait a minute, where are our leaders? The ones that are leading right now are actually more worried about fundraising and winning this election than actually going down to talk to the victims, right? To talk to the victims down south in Florida, North Carolina, right? Georgia. Where are these people?
Elon will always come through. We know that.
These are the things presidents and vice presidents do. So what's the White House doing?
Have you reached out to President Biden about federal relief efforts?
No, I haven't reached out to him. No, I think he's sleeping right now, actually.
Over 100 Americans drowned, and Biden spent the weekend at the beach.
Hurricane, Mr. President, why weren't you and Vice President Harris here in Washington commanding this weekend?
I was commanding. I was on the phone for at least 2 hours yesterday and the day before as well. I command. It's called a telephone. And all my security people.
The media was dogging Joe all day about it.
Do you wish that you were putting more resources in North Carolina, knowing what you know now? And do you wish that you spent the weekend here in Washington rather than in Delaware?
Come on, it's not that game. When you weather in Delaware, it's 90 miles from here, okay?
This guy doesn't even know he's president. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's really bad right now with the leadership that we already have. This guy still is president. A lot of people have forgotten this guy is the president of the United States. This guy is terrible condition. He don't even know what's going on half of the time, and we're just accepting this.
I was on the phone the whole time working on that. And the resources, the question is not whether we get more, this is a list of every resource we're getting in there, but the question is how to get it in.
Donald Trump has accused both of you of ignoring the
He
disaster.
is lying. Let me get this straight. He's lying.
While Biden was at the beach during the deadliest hurricane of the year, Kamala Harris was hosting fundraisers in California. Days later, she posted a staged photo from Air Force Two. The paper she's writing on is blank, and her earphone.
Wow. Wow. Very, wow. Jesus, help us all. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. This video is about to get good because this is the picture that Donald Trump posted, right? This is the one that he posted. She's fake writing, right? Acting fake presidential. Donald Trump calls her out. Well, let's keep watching the video. That's crazy.
Phones aren't plugged in. At least Bush looked out of the window, flying over Katrina. Trump went to Georgia before Biden-Harris. Trump went to East Palestine before Biden-Harris. Trump went to the border before Biden-Harris. Trump spoke to Laken Riley's family before Biden-Harris, and he spoke to the Afghanistan Gold Star families before Biden-Harris. They say 80% of life's just showing up, and Biden and Harris have their own jets. So what's their excuse? They can get anyone in the world on the phone in 30 seconds, but they won't even pick it up. Trump goes to you. Biden and Harris hide from you. Trump shows you that he loves you. Biden and Harris take you for granted.
I'm telling you, man, if Trump doesn't win this election, I'm telling you, people see what they want to see. And by the way, I saw that Project 2025, what the Democrats are using to scare off black people, Hispanics, and everybody. I heard Project 2025 is endorsing Kamala Harris, but that's another conversation for another day. What I'm saying here is it shows you that this is the type of man that Trump is. He's not a perfect man, but this is the stuff that I be talking about. This is a man's man. Men know this. Men watching this, you guys, we know this. A man's man, somebody that you have up and downs with, right? Somebody that frustrates you sometimes. Somebody that you have a good love-hate relationship with, or you just have a good relationship, solid relationship. But you know damn well that when things go wrong, that person's going to be there. You can always pick up the phone and call them when you need help, when something's wrong, when something's happening. A man's man. I think a lot of men noticed that Donald Trump is a man's man. He might say some wild stuff. He might do some wild things. But guess what? I can count on that brother. I can count on him to show up. I know he's going to be here. A man's man. My bad. I didn't mean to go off on a low rant, but watching Trump show up to these crises, watching Trump actually show up. Meanwhile, these people are only worried about winning an election. It makes you really think about the voters and the people. What are they actually being led to? Because when you talk about the media, that's the most effective thing here. Is the media actually going to show Trump showing up versus Kamala's photo op, failed photo op?
We all know people like that. Over the weekend, Trump showed up at the biggest college football game of the season, Georgia, Alabama, and started slinging chicken nuggets. USA! 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 When they put him on the Jumbotron, the stadium erupted. Now, I stupidly turned the game off in the second quarter because it was 21-0. But Georgia came back in the second half, and it came down to the last play. Clay Travis was there with 45. Watch.
Today we had kids, Alabama, Georgia. We gave them a Kamala hat and a Trump hat like they do when they decide when they're recruits. Everybody we asked was putting on the Trump hat. I think you're going to kill it with young kids, college kids, in a way that you haven't before. Do you feel that momentum?
Well, we see it. We're up by like 30 points with the young people. So that's an honor. Look, they see what happens. They're very smart. And look at the way she berated them. She said they're not smart. They're much smarter than her, I'll be honest. But I think we're going to do really well. There has never been energy like there is now. And I guess it's me, but you know what it is? It's also when they look at what's happened to our country. Our country is going bad. Our country is a very dangerous place, but we love our country, and we're going to turn it around, and we're going to make America better, greater than ever before.
With the football game and the hurricane, Trump's all over Georgia's radar, while Kamala's in California with donors. Trump hitting the full spectrum of voters. He's at UFC fights, Formula One races, golfing with Bryson, doing podcasts with Theo Vaughn, enthusiastically courting the youth vote, promising the return of the American dream. Have you ever seen young Americans go crazy for Kamala? Well, today she did her first podcast since Joe got whacked. All the Smoke, two former NBA players from Golden State. Listen.
I am blessed to have an incredible family and incredible friends. My best friend from kindergarten is still one of my best friends.
That's crazy.
Right? Stacey Johnson.
Yeah, that's dope. I love it.
We used to go.
Oh, here comes the fake accent. Here comes the fake accent, guys.
An incredible family and incredible friends. My best friend from kindergarten is still one of my best friends.
That's crazy.
Right? Stacey Johnson.
Yeah, that's dope. I love it.
We used to go to the clubs and her father Seville.
Yeah.
Kamala's best friends in kindergarten. It's still one of her best friends. How's that crazy? What's so funny? Then Kamala was asked about the coup.
Look, from the time that the president called me and told me he wasn't running, I mean, it just like everything was in speedy motion. And I was not sleeping so well. And that one morning, I had, I don't know, a few hours sleep. And I like to sleep. I just got up, I was like, and so I just went out and got a pork roast and started marinating.
See, time to work. Get to your happy place.
And my family having a meeting.
No, this interview was so awkward, man. This is so bad. I can't take it. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna take a flight. I'm probably gonna move to El Salvador. If she becomes president, I'm probably gonna take a break from America, man. Be honest with y'all. Might take a break from the United States for a little bit. Just for a little bit, maybe 6 months, 7 months, maybe a year, maybe the whole term. I'll be back. Really hope that doesn't happen. Maybe I'll go to El Salvador. Maybe I'll go to Argentina. Maybe I'll go to Russia at this point. There you go. Lou. People are gonna start clipping that. But yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is it's tough. It's a tough sell for me, man. I usually could take a Democratic president. They've taken it before. We're Americans. We always figure these things out. We're always gonna figure these things out, right? But man, I can't. I don't know if I could do this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, "Why abandon America?" Well, I'm joking. I would never leave the United States of America, no matter who's president, no matter who's in charge. I would never do that. But all I'm saying is, you know, sometimes you might need a little vacation, a little break, man. Somebody said Norway. Whoa, you guys are going far. Y'all trying to leave the country. But it's just a testament to what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is, I'd never leave. I'd never leave the United States. Me personally, my girl hates the fact that I don't like to travel. I'm not a traveler. I'm here for the rest of my life. I don't want to go anywhere else. But sometimes I do think about, man, like if this country keeps on going this way, you know, might have to go somewhere else for a little bit. All right, here we go. But I don't know if you guys ever felt that way. If you guys ever felt that way, please let me know down in the comments, because we love this country. I don't want to go anywhere else. This is all I've ever known. My whole entire life, this is all I've ever known. I don't want to go anywhere else. I don't want to travel outside of here. What else is better than this? I don't want to go nowhere else. But sometimes it does feel that, man, you know.
So they were very happy about the whole situation. But I just got up and started. Everybody's asleep. I just got up.
And Nancy staged a coup, and Kamala started marinating pork roast.
the whole situation.
See, time to work. Get to your happy place.
And my family happened to be in town, so they were very happy about the whole situation. But I just got up and started, everybody's asleep, I just got up and started cooking.
Barack and Nancy staged a coup and Kamala started marinating pork roast. That's not what she told CNN.
My family was staying with us, and including my baby nieces. And we had just had pancakes and, you know, Auntie, can I have more bacon? Yes, I'll make you more bacon. And then we were sitting down to do a puzzle. And the phone rang and it was Joe Biden.
This was the biggest phone call of Kamala's life, and she can't remember if she was making pancakes or pork roast, or whether her whole family was sleeping or eating bacon. It's like everyone's asking Kamala what her alibi was when Joe got smoked, and she's got a different alibi each time. You know, politicians can lie about a lot of things, but don't lie to me about food. Listen to Kamala when she was asked about her plan for the economy.
What is your economic plan moving forward for people who are living paycheck to paycheck and struggling for groceries and rent and homeowners?
So look, I grew up, so my sister and I were raised by our mother. We lived for a long time.
No way. Here we go with the same old stories, bruh.
Moving forward for people who are living paycheck to paycheck and struggling for groceries and rent and homeowners.
So look, I grew up, so my sister and I were raised by our mother. We lived for a long time in an apartment on top of a child care center. That child care center was actually owned by a woman who lived 2 doors down from us, Mrs. Shelton, who was, by all of our accounts and feelings, our second mother. She helped raise us. And so she was a small business owner. I, from a child, knew who our small business owners are, right? I mean, you're business leaders, but you're also civic leaders. You take serious.
What does this have to do with the question? How are you going to make? Oh my God, bro. What is happening? Comment down below right now if you're living paycheck to paycheck, right? Many people in America, majority of Americans, we're struggling, man. Living paycheck to paycheck. People are struggling, right? Trust me, with the blessings that I've had on this show and on this channel, I've been able to bless others that are going through it. But trust me, I know what people are going through. I've gone through it my damn self not too long ago, right? What the hell does this have to do with ensuring Americans that we're going to be okay? Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck are going to be okay. What are you talking about?
All of our accounts and feelings, our second mother. She helped raise us. And so she was a small business owner. I, from a child, knew who our small business owners are, right? I mean, you're business leaders, but you're also civic leaders. You take seriously your voice and how you can mentor, how you can grow, right? Communities and the sense of communities. I love our small businesses. So I've been responsible for billions of dollars more now going into our community banks, because they're in the community and then they know who's in the community and where the talent is and who's doing good in the community, what the community wants.
Why does she say community so many times? Why? And she didn't even answer the question about making rent and groceries more affordable. She sounds like an actress playing a politician who can't memorize her lines. Can you even win the presidency with buzzwords? We're about to find out. Because every interview she flops. The New York Times says Kamala's an effective debater, but when you throw her one-on-one in interviews, quote, she often winds her way slowly toward an answer, leaning on jargon and rehearsed turns of phrase, using language that is sometimes derided as word salad, but might be better described as a meringue. Translation, it's all puff. But the left's now saying the president's policies aren't important.
We don't elect a president based on policies. We shouldn't. We should elect them for the character, because we don't know what's going to come up.
The president's policies aren't important. You just vote for anybody. I'm
done. I can't do this. I can't keep having the same debates and arguments with people like that. That guy, I can't run into that guy in public because I'm probably gonna unleash, right? Like I'm probably pause, but I'm probably gonna end up violating him in a way, probably very gentle, but I'm not gonna go crazy. But I can't deal with people like that. Policies, it don't matter. It's just personalities, bro. The guy was president for 4 years. All we could talk about is policies. Personalities, the only thing that matters, not policies. What is this? Hollywood? What is this? A movie? Like, it feels like these people think that the people that vote aren't real. I think they're living in their own reality. This is what it feels like to me. They have their own reality with their own media. Meanwhile, the people that live day to day are struggling paycheck to paycheck. They're not really real to them. They don't even communicate with them, probably. This is bad. This is terrible. And these are the things that I've noticed that are very commonly coming up. They're coming up. They're coming out of people's mouths right before this election. That we don't need to care too much about the policies. We need to care about the person. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Let me relax, but you guys see where I'm going with this.
Policies aren't important.
We don't elect a president based on policies. We shouldn't.
We shouldn't. That's what makes it worse. It's the fact that the first statement was absurd, but the second statement is even worse. We shouldn't elect a president based on policies. Bro, you people are losing me, man.
We should elect them for the character because we don't know what's going to come up.
The president's policies aren't important. You just vote for anybody with good character. All right, so Mr. Rogers should be president. We don't know what he believes about inflation or immigration, but it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Kamala covered up Biden's decline, ducked her job as borders are, lies about Trump all day, and doesn't even show up to help hurricane victims. Besides that, she's a nice lady. Ask all her staff who quit. They'll vouch for her. Americans want results. This isn't a beauty pageant.
The 4 years he was in office, we were doing good, absolutely good. Kamala, she's already in office and ain't done.
Trump's stealing the youth vote. He's doubling his support with Hispanics. And unions now want to make America great again.
Look at where Kamala Harris is today. She's only leading by 9 points. That would be the worst Democratic performance in a generation.
A Michigan congresswoman, a Democrat who's running for Senate, says Kamala is in big trouble there.
I'm not feeling my best right now about where we are on Kamala Harris in a place like Michigan right now. We have her underwater in our polling.
Donald Trump is the lead.
Wow, Michigan. She's trying to win Michigan so bad. The Muslim mayor has endorsed President Trump.
Now in the Real Clear Politics electoral map and would win the election if it were held today. But Hillary's predicting an October surprise.
You liken yourself to Cassandra, the Greek mythological figure who could see the future and the prophecies, but was never believed. What is something you see happening in the near future that we should be taking more seriously?
I anticipate that, something will happen in October, as it always does.
I don't know what that means. What I'll take it as, last October that we had, something very bad happened and it changed the election. It changed the world, the way the world is heading. Just like with Ukraine and Russia, what happened on October 7th, 2023, in Israel, that changed everything. So October surprise coming from Hillary, I'm not sure what that means. I don't know, man. Somebody said, esa maldita vieja. That's tough. Listen, man, I'll put it this way. Make sure to smash that like button. Candace Owens has been really going after Kamala. It's a new month. We're about to go crazy on this channel. We're about to turn this channel upside down. Before the election, we are going to be outside. We're going to be covering. We're going to be doing some big things on this channel. So make sure to smash the like, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys had a good September. We are headed to toward October. And then next thing you know, we are in November for the biggest election of our lifetime. So buckle up, spread the word. And once again, smash that like. See you guys in a bit.